Hey Toby Dog, I got a surprise for you, buddy boy. Oh yeah, you're super excited about this one. And actually, I don't think he really knows what the surprise is. Because in today's video, Toby Dog is going to the vet. Look at you, you're already in your house, ready to go, waiting for your meal. Pablo's just ready to steal some of it. Here you go, buddy boy. Pablo, get out. Come on, go. Release the Kraken! Yeah, the ducks are still getting used to their new duck ramp. I'm finding that I have to actually use the old ramp to get them in at night still, but then use the new ramp to let them out. They're starting to use it here and there. I've been moving the old ramp like further and further away. Pretty soon I think they'll be fully transitioned over to the new ramp. I was always kind of afraid that this was gonna be a process. Hey, what are you doing in here? You laying an egg? That's okay, Barbara. That's not your egg though. Wow, look at that thing. Yeah, I got another goose egg this morning. Oh, you're the slowpoke. So as a lot of you guys know, I actually have plans to breed Toby Dog in the future. We are currently still actively looking for a female Maremma partner, one that would be a suitable breeding partner for Mr. Toby Dog here. And by the way, if folks have any leads on that one, let me know. And so that's one thing we gotta work past, and she's gotta reach maturity, so it's gonna be a couple of years before we have puppies on the farm. But if I wanna responsibly breed Toby, there's actually another step I have to go through in the process. And specifically what I need to do is get him to have sort of a full health screening. He's got to have a health screening for any sort of genetic carriers and issues that he could have. He's got to have a health screening to see if he has like hip dysplasia or anything like that, because you don't want him passing those sorts of genes along. And so usually your vet has to wait until about 2 years before they can do that health screening. And the good news is just last week was Toby Dog's 2nd birthday. And so in today's video, we're gonna take him to the vet. We're gonna find out what information the vet has for us and really get to the bottom of the question, can Toby Dog be a father? Yeah, I'm talking about you, buddy. You might be siring some pups in the not too distant future. Are you excited about that? I will admit I have a little bit of trepidation about this one because I'm a little worried about what I might find out. Like, it would be a bummer if I couldn't breed him, but actually it'd be even more heartbreaking to me if there was some sort of thing that's a future health concern that I gotta be dealing with Toby, because I love that dog so much and it would just make me really sad. So fingers crossed that we get good news by the end of this video. All right, let's check on Bucket Duck. How's it going, Bucket Duck? Hang on, girl. Out you go. Woo. Yeah, Bucket Duck is doing so much better. As you can see, she's walking around pretty well. She's still got a little bit of a sore, so I'm still gonna give her a couple more days, but she's very close to going back into Gen Pop. I'm really glad to see that we were able to save her without using surgery. If you need to do surgery, you need to do surgery. So I'm not knocking it from that perspective. I just think you have a better outcome if you can do the soaking method because there's less risk of infection. I actually think the recovery time is quicker. Yeah, if I had done the surgery, she would have probably been healed right about now as well, but I would have spent weeks trying to deal with changing bandages for her and keeping stuff clean, which for a duck is really hard. And so there's just a much greater risk of reinfection after you do that surgery. With the soaking method, you really have no risks other than just it doesn't work. And so if somebody out there is contending with bumblefoot with their ducks, I'd recommend starting with like a week of soaking and see if you can make it better. If you don't, then you should do surgery. But if you can, it's gonna be so much better for your bird. Perfect, I caught him in the act. I don't know if you guys could see that. I've been waiting for this morning. Where'd you put your duty, man? Where's your poop, bud? No luck. I think I'm gonna have to try again tomorrow for that. My vet's had to deal with this before, so probably have to get it tomorrow and then drop it off tomorrow to her. Can I get you going into the truck? Into the truck? Can I get you in? Come on. In you go, bud. This is starting to get a little easier with him. You doing okay there, buddy? Okay, away we go, pal. Don't be scared. Yeah, Toby Dog is most definitely not a travel dog. This will be a rather extensive examination. Toby, in fact, has to get sedated, so we'll see how he does with this. What I'll probably end up doing is dropping him off at the vet and then picking him up a couple hours later to find out results and that sort of information. You hanging in there, bud? You doing okay? Look, this is gonna be quite all right for you. Trust me. Oh man, would you look at this? He drools everywhere. Oh man, Toby Dog. I love you, buddy. You're such a good dog. Toby, come on. I couldn't get you in the truck, now I can't get you out. Come on. There we go, good boy. What are you doing? Oh, you're so nervous. You like wrapped me up. Come on. You're so not used to walking on pavement. Come on, pal. Let's go, buddy. Come on. In we go. Come on. It's okay. Good boy. Come on, here we go. We're getting on the scale.
90 pounds each. Okay.
Good boy. Oh my golly, your drool, man. It's like next level right now. All right, buddy. You're in good hands. See you later, buddy. Have a good day. Yeah, poor Toby's nervous. I hope he does okay. It's not like there's a big risk here, but he is getting sedated, so I don't know. That always gives me anxiety. Something could always go wrong. But my vet is a really good vet, and so I'm sure he's gonna be fine. Gotta admit, it feels very weird, unsettling, and lonely being here on the farm and not having Mr. Toby Dog around. My farm feels a little bit naked. Let's check in with our weird chickens. How are you guys doing today? Yeah, our 3 little silky chicks are doing really well. All 3 of them are looking good. They're there with Rosie, their mom. So as soon as they start getting bigger, I'm gonna let them out and let them free range with all the other birds. I've had them in here just because I wanted to keep them breeding amongst the silkies, so we only have 1 rooster. Well, actually 2. Now we have this cockerel who's starting to grow up. You know, I didn't want to have other roosters breeding with our hens in here, and so that's why they've been in a separate breeding area. But now that breeding season's done and the little ones are getting just a little bit bigger, I'll open it up so they can mix up with the other chickens. Dottie, what are you doing? Come on, get out of here. It's now much later in the day and I'm heading to pick up Toby Dog right now. Vet said everything went fine. I got a couple things I gotta talk to her about, so let's go to the vet. Out we go, come on. Thanks a lot. Oh, don't get scared. Oh yeah, it's so much fun here. You didn't want to leave.
Oh,
come on, buddy.
Boy, we did like you.
Come on, Tobes. In you go, pal. Hang on. You do not like going in the truck, man. We're gonna have to work on your association with the truck, pal. All right, so I just picked Toby Dog up here. Oh, it's good to see you, buddy. I missed you. Everybody at the farm missed you today, too. So far, so good. So our vet, she took a look at him. They put him under anesthesia so they could actually do some x-rays and some tests and really check everything out very closely. My vet did say, though, that while he was under and she was looking at the radiographs, that she had a chance to see how he was doing and what things looked right or wrong. And her answer was she saw nothing glaringly obvious. And so while I have to wait for the OFA, or I don't know if it's the American Kennel Club or whoever is the body or organization that verifies especially the quality of his hips and everything, as well as any other characteristics, I'll have to be waiting on pins and needles for a couple of weeks to get the final answer. Out you go, Toby. Back to your farm. Oh, here's Molly Barncat. Remember Molly, right? You're feeling like yourself already. And see, Molly, he's not such a bad guy. He's a pretty good dog. Let's go, buddy boy. Here we go. Hey, we're inside. And look, he's decided to poop finally. I'll have to wait until tomorrow because I need to get the vet fresh poop. So I'm gonna have to wait a couple of weeks to get the answer about whether or not Toby is able to breed and be a father. And so I'm gonna have to have patience, but I'm gonna use my special time machine so you guys don't. Okay guys, I've got some news and I wanna take you guys with me and I'm gonna share that news with Mr. Toby Dog. Hey Toby Dog, where you at, buddy? I hope you're having a good morning here on the farm. I need you to come with me, I got some news. Yeah, we'll go to your house to discuss this news. So Mr. Toby Dog, I think you recall a couple of weeks ago I took you to the vet, and when I took you to the vet, they did some health checks on you because we want to make you a dad, but in order to make you a dad and do it the right way, I wanted to make sure you had good, healthy hips. And specifically, just for you, if you guys are wondering, I had him screened for his OFA screening, which searches for like hip dysplasia and elbow dysplasia. And well, Mr. Toby Dog, I've got some news for you, pal. So the vet did the whole bunch of x-rays and scans on you, and then she sent those x-rays and scans off to this special society that checks out dogs' hip health and certifies them. And the news is, well, Toby Dog has good hips.
Them childbearing hips.
He has good childbearing hips, or good child fathering hips, I guess I should say. Yeah, the news from the report was all good. His elbows look good, his hips look good. As you guys also might recall, a little while back, I actually had Toby genetically tested as well, and his genetic reports and his genetic health screeners were also really good. So Toby Dog, it looks like the good news is all of your testing has come back very, very good. And that means that my buddy here is good to be siring puppy litters. And those puppy litters are gonna happen two ways. Number one, and if anybody's watching and is interested, I'm gonna begin offering stud services for Toby here. So if you're interested in that, hit me up through our website and we can figure out something. But then the second, and actually more important and significant way we plan to breed Toby is I'm still looking for that second dog. My plan was originally to actually have a puppy at this point, but unfortunately, all of those plans have fallen through. And particularly as I've been looking for potential partner puppies for Toby that he could breed with, it's actually made my search harder. You see, Toby Dog has some very diverse genetic lines where he pulls from some very prominent dogs in Italy. He also pulls from some prominent dogs in the southeast of the United States. And because of that, it's actually made finding a genetically different dog here on the East Coast very hard. And so geographically speaking, I've had to broaden my search, and I'm still working on trying to find the right person. I'm also going through a tricky process of getting Toby registered through the Maremma Sheepdog Club of America. As an organizing body, the MSCA really does make sure that there's ethical breeding practices happening. I want to make sure Toby's participating in that. And so I am searching far and wide right now for that partner, but as soon as I have a line on her, we will be bringing her to the farm, and Toby Dog here will, number one, have a partner in crime to work the farm with, and hopefully in a couple of years, we'll also have a breeding partner. What do you think about that, buddy? Are you excited about that? Huh, pal? Huh? Yeah, I'm excited about this. This is definitely a big day for us here at Goldshaw Farm, and some really good news. Isn't it, buddy? Isn't it? Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can follow along and see where this adventure goes next.